our zone, and Kevin will be the district governor that year. So let's celebrate all the great work that we do. Jennifer Jones enjoys two special titles, and the most important to me, beyond the Rotary International President, is the storyteller in chief. She is one of the most phenomenal leaders when it comes to sharing stories, sharing her passion, her experience in Rotary. And for those of you who have had the opportunity to listen to her, you probably know what I'm speaking about, but if you didn't get a chance, please listen to any of her video communications. It is just phenomenal. It touches your heart. And that is Jennifer Jones. In this picture, you see my beautiful wife, Divya. She actually made sure that the picture matches with what she's wearing today. That's what I have to do for a living.
You're not supposed to call that out.
Listen, I have to change this picture, Kelly. I have to make sure, because every time I go to a new place, I have to change this picture. That's the only one. But me, I don't know where I stand. Right? But the reason why I'm here today is because of her. She's the one who inspired me to join Rotary. And that was a condition that my father-in-law put on me, that you can marry her if you join Rotary. But she started her journey as a road and during the COVID era, that was, I call it the era, not years of COVID, 2 years ago, in fact, this is the third year, she started a new Rotary club, and that started with 8 members. And today, that club is thriving with 40 members.
Wow.
Technology?
Technology. It's asking for
sorry.
permission.
Oh, nice.
Technology.
Okay. I didn't know like what. Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, we got it. We got it. Wonderful. Awesome. I want to take this moment to say thank you. If you are a club leader, a past district governor, a district leader, as well as, for that matter, a club officer or community chair, would you please take a moment to stand if you're able to? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, and my dear friends, these are the leaders who stepped up to serve you and to serve with you. I'm forever thankful to each one of them for stepping up to lead during this year of when we're going back to normal. A club cannot function without leadership. And having a strong leadership is an important foundation for the growth of the club. I'm personally thankful and grateful to each one of you for serving this Rotary year and not only making your club strong, but contributing indirectly to make our district strong. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to each one. As the district governor, I have the honor and privilege to travel across 14 counties in North Carolina. As you can tell, our district is got a wide span of 14 counties, but the best part of this is we are spread, we have 53 Rotary clubs and 10 Rotary clubs, and we'll talk about Rotary in a minute. But together, we are a strong volunteer team of 2,300 members. Okay? And each one of you is a part of this membership organization. Our district then rolls up to Rotary International, and as you can tell, we are part of Zone 33. Together, there are 34 zones. What that means is there are 520 districts, and I have 520 classmates worldwide serving in 200 plus countries. And together, as we say, we are a membership organization of 1.4 million members worldwide. This 1.4 million Rotary members includes not only Rotarians, but also Rotaractors. Okay? This year, Rotary now has gone from 1.2 to 1.4 because we now elevated Rotaract, and together we call ourselves 1.4 million members. Okay? As you can tell from the inverted pyramid, most of the action happens right here at the club level. Rotary International and Rotary District are here to support the clubs and support the members. So continue to do what you're doing and keep doing more, is what I would tell from my perspective. The Rotary journey starts with you. Each one of you is here at this meeting because somebody invited you to be here. Or perhaps you went to a club social. But it all started with an invitation. The true way to experience Rotary is to do Rotary. All of you who have been here, either some of you who have been here for a year, or less than a year, 5 years, 10 years, or maybe more than 30 years. But the true way to experience Rotary is to be an active and engaged member of your club. When people see Rotary from outside, they look at us as we are a bunch of volunteers who do some barbecue fundraisers, help the community, and do stuff what we have to do outside. But the value proposition of Rotary starts when you look at Rotary from inside. Every member has got the opportunity to do phenomenal things in Rotary. And what I mean by those is, if you are a treasurer, if you are a grant writer, if you are a technologist, all these skills you can interchange and practice and do more with Rotary. So, as a technologist, I don't know how to write grants, but guess what? In Rotary, I can do that. I can get public speaking skills. And the best part is, all these skills are available to each one of you at no cost. But that's the value proposition that Rotary brings to an organization. So I'll share a personal example. When I joined my club in 2013, they told me that Cam, you're going to do a fundraiser for.
I'm just going to close.
Yeah.
Can you close that door?
Cam, you need to do a fundraiser for a typhoon that is happening in Philippines, and you need to raise money for a shelter box kit. That was a mission statement, a big statement that was given to me. Okay, listen, I just joined the club, guys, and you're telling me to, what is shelter box? What do you want me to do? How much I need to raise? Here's what made the difference. I acted upon it and I took the challenge. So for those of you who are new, what shelter box kit is nothing but it's like a green box, which is a self-contained green box, which has got all the supplies and a tent that you can send to a disaster relief area. Okay? And a family can survive on it for more than a month. Okay? It costs $800. I didn't know the first F of fundraising, but Rotarians stepped up and helped me. And I went and asked, and those 3 weeks changed my life. Towards the end of 3 weeks, I raised money for not one shelter box kit, but 4 shelter box kits. Okay, friends, that is Rotary. I learned about what to do. I learned about how to ask. I learned about asking for help. That is the true value proposition of our organization, Rotary. Growing membership has always been a number one priority. We've been talking about it for decades. We've been talking about it for almost more than 100 years. But let me ask a question to each one of you. How many of you in this room have a bank account? Pretty much everyone? If you kept $100 in your bank account and for 20 years it remained as $100, would you keep the money with the bank? Would you? No, you would not. That's exactly what is happening with Rotary. There is this stigma that we have of 1.4 now, which was now 1.2 the last year. Now we call it 1.4. I never even want to hear this number anymore. I'm tired. Because we talk about 1.4 forever. But guess what? Let's do a little bit of deep analysis of why we got stuck at this 1.4 million members. And that was very clear during COVID. What we know is the data-driven exercise that was done is we don't have a problem of getting members into Rotary. But what we have a problem is a backdoor. We have a leak in the system, and that leak is what is always keeping us stagnant at that number. Okay? And that leak during COVID was very clear because what we didn't do well for years is focusing on comfort and care of our members. During COVID era, it was very clear that members whom we call as friends, whom we ask for money, whom we go for help, we did not even call or text once. Once. Friends, if you don't do that to your family member or to your closest friend, what is the reaction that you're going to get? And that's exactly what we need to focus on, is the comfort and care of our members. That's the utmost important. We were talking about a board meeting. There are many ways to do this. I'm sure there's a creative way to make that happen. The other ways is look at innovative membership types. Look at what the future of Rotary is looking for. Thinking about those aspects, meeting them where they need. Okay? My kids will not come to a meeting like this, but they want to be out there doing things. Impact Club is making phenomenal progress. Those are the avenues that we need to find in terms of thinking about innovative membership types. Okay? The next is diversity, equity, and inclusion. Rotary is diverse when you look at 200 plus countries, 1.4 members. Think about the diversity that we bring to the table. Okay? But let's think about, does this club represent your community? Does this have that membership that you want in your club to make it diverse? And what I mean by diversity is not just diversity of color, but it's diversity of vocation, diversity of gender, diversity of sex, diversity of age. But beyond all this, the secret sauce is the diversity of thought. Okay? When you bring diversity of thought is when the magic happens. Give it a try and think about what happens to your membership from that time onwards. I call it not our Rotary Foundation, but I call it your Rotary Foundation. Okay? There are 7 areas of focus in Rotary. It applies to any project that you can find in the community that you are passionate about. I bet you that will fit in one of the 7 areas of focus of Rotary. Our newest focus that was introduced a couple of years ago was environment, which appeals to young and old. Okay? That's one of the great areas that is coming up, and we are definitely looking for more projects in this area. So from the very first donation that came to the Rotary Foundation came from a reserve from an international convention in 1970. Okay? That reserve was $26.50. Okay? Fast forward to 1928 is when we actually formed the Rotary Foundation. Friends, fast forward to 2022, collectively, with your generosity and giving to the Rotary Foundation, we have made an impact of more than $4 billion. $4 billion. Friends, this is your Rotary Foundation. So continue to give to the foundation as much as you can. End Polio Now is our signature project. Rotary has invested more than 3 decades on this project. And we talk about why End Polio Now. Why do we still continue to focus on this? We talk about it here in America, it's not that much because we have, we are a developed country, but think about what is happening in developing countries. Okay? With Rotary's grassroots efforts and the partnerships, we have gone from more than 125 countries to 2 countries. Polio is just in 2 countries, that's Pakistan and Afghanistan. Okay? Now, you may ask, okay, we did all this. What else does the End Polio Now do? The first thing it's done is saved over more than $27 billion in healthcare costs collectively. We have saved lives of more than 300,000 children every single year for the last 35 years. Okay? And for what? For just giving 60 cents. Friends, less than $1 for giving 2 drops of vaccination to a child can save them from crippling their feet and working with other children and having good time. It's just 60 cents. Okay? But then, beyond all that, the magic that they've done with the End Polio Now is we have built the largest network of healthcare professionals and volunteers on the ground that can be deployed at any point in time for any emergencies that come our way. That is your Endfolio Now project. That's the impact that Rotary has made with this signature project. There are many ways to give to the Rotary Foundation, but my father-in-law corrected me with one thing. He said, Cam, you don't give anything to anyone. I said, Dad, what do you mean? He said, you don't give, but what you do is you share your abundance. You share your abundance. Each one of us is blessed with something that we can share our abundance with. It could be at any level. $1, $5, 10,000, ask for it. There's something that we can share. There are many ways to share to the Rotary Foundation. There are online platforms that appeals to young and old, which is the Race for Rotary. There is a Paul Harris Society. Perhaps if you are in a corporate organization, ask for $1 match. I'm sure they will give it to you. I did it when I was working at Ally, and there are many ways to do that. Of course, I would say don't look at the stock market right now. It's not the best place to think about it, but it could be the best place depending on where you are in your life journey, right? The other way is to make Rotary Foundation is the beneficiary of your life insurance policies. Many, many easy ways to share your abundance with the Rotary Foundation. One of the things I say is, as you become an experienced Rotarian, it's very, very important to share your Rotary story. A storyteller in chief tells us this all day long. When we go out there, do some community projects, how many of us take a picture and say, I was here doing a project that morning with my Rotary friends? Well, we do that if you go to a birthday party, right? You go to a function, you take a picture, you share it with some of our close friends and say, hey, yeah, this is what I was doing. How many of us do that with Rotary? If we don't do this, how is the world going to know our impact? How are we going to increase our membership? How are people going to know the impact that you have made in your communities? And friends, that's what we got to do. Social media channels, personal channels, leverage. There are many channels available for you to do each one of these things. And of course, if you are working in a corporate organization, use LinkedIn. Look at my LinkedIn profile. I am proud to say that I'm a Rotary member. Okay? Just like how you say in your corporate organization, when you went to school, you say, hey, I went to school XYZ. And guess what happens when somebody finds you? You easily connect. That's what we got to build, a connection of 1.4 million members doing that actively. That is the way you share your Rotary stories. Friends, you are not just part of an organization called Rotary. The wheel of Rotary would not be complete with the second part of the wheel. And that second part of the wheel is Rotary International. You are a part of an organization in 200 plus countries and more than 46,000 clubs. If you're a member of one club, you're technically a member of more than 46,000 clubs worldwide. I want you to go and experience Rotary in a different country. It will change your life. Please do that. Take up that challenge. Okay? There are many.
On the back of a moped that way.
Sorry?
I ended up on the back of a moped
Yeah.
that way one time.
Yeah.
My cab never came to get me, and the president took me back to my hotel.
There you go. There you go.
The scariest thing I've ever been.
There you go. Okay. You took you. Right? That's awesome. There are many international service opportunities available to each one of us. The first being the Rotary International Convention. If you've never been to one, I encourage you to go to one. Okay? There are more than 40 to 50,000 Rotary members attending a convention. And that's when you see what happens in Rotary. So my first convention was in 2016-17, right here in Atlanta. First, my wife and I decided to go. We said it's the Rotary thing, it's official. But then I said, why that? You know what? We're going to take our children. My kids were 10 and 12, two girls, and they joined us. But I said, that's not enough. You know what? I'm going to take my parents also. All of us went to a first Rotary convention in Atlanta. It was a life-changing moment, just not for me, but for my kids and for my parents. I highly encourage each one of you to attend a convention in Australia if you're able. Friendship exchange, as we learned about it, it's an amazing opportunity for you to host Rotary members at your family. Bring them, make them part of your family for 2 weeks. But I bet you, if you experience that for 2 weeks, you're going to build lifelong friends. We did our first friendship exchange to India in 2016-17. And since then, we have done 6 global grants with these friends. Okay? This year, a team from Turkey is coming to our district here in November 14th. They will be at the foundation banquet. But if you get a chance to meet these friends and make lifelong friends, take up the opportunity to host these students. Okay? In the picture of youth exchange, you see a girl who's holding the banner. That girl, my
Actress.
the actress. and she is actually right now in Spain. And after 30 days, so she's right now in Spain, and we spoke to her after a 30-day blackout period, and she was speaking a new language. That new language was Catalan. It's a mix of French and Spanish. I was surprised that this daughter of mine, who had no idea what a Catalan meant, is speaking so fluently that she's now become a translator between us and the host family. Okay?
Wow.
So that is youth exchange. And remember, these opportunities are available to each one. Okay? Then you talk about fellowships. Each one of us has a hobby. Okay? You will be kite flying, stamp collecting, ringing a bell, bird watching, drinking wine, drinking beer. There are more than 90 fellowships available internationally in 130 plus countries. Okay? If you can't find a fellowship that is of interest to you, let's create one. Okay? You will be surprised that this network gives you so many friends in part of this fellowship is just amazing. So leverage this. After you do all that is when the global grants will be the power of Rotary comes in play. Okay? There are many ways for you to get engaged, and we are happy to help you as a district team to get you there. Friends, the best way to learn Rotary is to do Rotary. I can sit here and speak for another 10 minutes about my journey, but I'm sure each one of you has had a journey and experience with Rotary. Empowering Girls is one of our key initiatives that was started last year by Rotary International President Shekhar Mehta, and the same is going to continue with Jennifer Jones. It's one of the great initiatives. I'm thankful to AG as well as my partner, DGM, Kevin Kendrick, for helping with these great initiatives in the district. Thank you, Kevin, for doing that. Rotary Peace Center there is a peace center right here. The only peace center that is in the United States is at Duke UNC. Okay, I'm repeating it. It's Duke UNC Peace Center. Friends, we have been instrumental in graduating more than 1,200 Peace Fellows. It's a 2-year master's program. And these Peace Fellows are the folks who are going in conflict resolution areas in different parts of the world, working with the politicians, leaders to help resolve some major world challenges. This is due to Rotary Foundation and the beneficiary of Rotary Foundation. Right? Card buckets, you all support it. Easy way, bring your change, support it, continue to do the card. It's coins for Alzheimer's Research and Trust. That's another program that we have in the district. And of course, there are other ways to get plugged in. Seminar for Tomorrow's Leaders. Again, I can tell easily because my daughter went to it. She went to, it's a youth leadership program. She attended it one Rotary year. After she graduated in 3 weeks, she went and started a new Interact Club. And then within 4 months, she was talking about youth exchange. All this in less than a year. Okay? That is what Rotary does. This is one of my favorite chairs. Kevin has probably seen this, but I'll share this. This was shared by one of our Rotaractors. And I call it Journey of a Lifetime Rotarian. Okay? We are all here as Rotary members. We are here, we attend meetings, we do fun things, we do service projects. That's one wheel of Rotary. The second wheel is the wheel of Interact. Okay? It's for 12 to 18 years old, and this is for youth and high school students who are looking for leadership as well as service opportunities. But if you think about it, these are two independent wheels. Okay? But the gears will move if we connect the gear of Rotary. Okay? Friends, Rotaract has been elevated. You can start a Rotaract club with just 2 members these days. Just to let you know, our district is the birthplace of Rotaract. The very first Rotaract club in the world was started right here in 1968 at UNCC. Okay? Friends, we have 10 Rotaract clubs only. In places where road track is well developed, they have more than 2,500 road tractors in one district. Okay? Just think about the best way to build a leadership pipeline in Rotary and Road Track Club is to have this gear moving between interact, road track, and roads. So I encourage you to have other folks join the Rotary. All right, this is the fun stuff. How many of you have been to Concord, North Carolina? Yes. How many of you have been to a water park? Yes. So, as you can tell, thanks to President Jenny for giving an opportunity for club members to attend an amazing event that's coming up. It's called the Foundation Celebration. We are going to have the best nights of 2022. Okay? I assure you. But you know what? I'm a businessman. So here's what I'm going to do. Throw it this way. I'm going to say, how about you attend the event? And if you don't like it, you get a refund. How about that? Is that a deal?
You have to wear a bathing suit?
Oh no, you just have to, if you wear a bathing suit, we'll welcome that too. Not a problem. Whatever gets you there and keeps the Rotarians entertained, we'll take it, Kelly. No problem. Please, please, please. This is an opportunity to experience Rotary beyond the club. Okay? You're going to have a fun night, but remember, there's a lot of effort that goes into getting these events happen. The team is working rigorously to make sure they have a fun night for you. Without your participation, we cannot do these things. So please take the opportunity to attend this. Okay? Well, we said, you know what? We are doing this fun. We want to double it down. So we are going to have now a joint district conference. That means you're going to have more than 500 Rotary members that are going to be right here in Charlotte, right in our backyard, doing things. Okay, we're going to service projects, we're going to have fun, as well as we'll have an opportunity to not only have Rotary talent shows. Thank you, Kelly, for signing up with the bathing suit. I got you. Very nice. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah. So, friends, please sign up for both these opportunities. There's a flyer that was sitting at your table. You can sign up with QR code for the folks who want QR code. If you're not, there's a URL. All these opportunities are available to each one of you. Please attend, and we'll look forward to that. Friends, I'm going to leave you with the last message. Our theme for this Rotary year is Imagine Rotary. President Jennifer Jones has challenged each one of us to imagine, think big, try, experiment, take care of our members. Imagine how Rotary can change your life. But then we can imagine all day long. There's something that we need to do is to act. And that act to serve is what is important. When you connect that act and add your passion to it, is when you make impact. So I challenge each one of you this Rotary year is to think about how will you make an impact. Thank you for your time this afternoon. All right. I have the honor today to basically present one of these pins. It's called a superhero pin. Okay? And this is a special pin that is given to a new member who's been very active and engaged. And President Jenny told me about this, that Cam, she's a phenomenal person, and she is going to have an amazing, amazing, amazing time in Rotary. And I hope you're enjoying this too. So Terry, I would like to come up. You know what they do with this?
As we are.
You know what they've done is they don't have a, it doesn't have a head, so that means you are the superhero.
Those are limited editions. You cannot get those anymore.
Awesome. Congratulations for being a superhero.
Great, thank you.
What's that?
This is my dad.
Is it Mike?
Yeah, it feels like that.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It sounds like, Cam, before you step away, we wanted to give you, this is a project that was initiated by Amarja.
Okay.
Yeah, we are into recycling, and Amarja came up with the concept for this and got the bags printed. We are encouraging people to reuse and recycle, and that is our gift, thanks to our president-elect Amarja.
Wonderful, thank you, supporting the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. See?
Absolutely. And we have one more, did we do the?
It's right here.
Okay.
Oh.
I want you to pick the winning
It
ticket.
works.
Yeah, kidding.
Not taking
I know
it,
the winner already. God, this is not the winner. This is just for the procedural stuff.
That's right.
So I just-
Yeah, it doesn't turn. So.
All right, the last four of my social security number is 4721. I cannot believe it. You cannot! Jim! Jim!
We quit.
That's it, guys! Guys! No, you know.
I don't think that's right.
No.
Like, what happened? What happened right here? 18th time?
Thank you, Cam.
Thank you. I know it's hard.
Thank you, Kevin. It was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Please pass up the cart buckets and stand up to the I was sent.
Forward.
Cart buckets. Of the things we think, say, or do, number one.
Is it the truth?
Number two.
Is it fair to all concerned?
Number three.
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Number four.
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
And number five.
Will it be fun?
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys online. Thank you.
Here, I gotta.
Thank you.
He already pulled his.